Man, so I want to talk about, did you have any fear transitioning from your full-time job into entrepreneurship? And you also brought up, this isn't what men do. Talk about how, you transitioned from your full-time job into entrepreneurship, and also talk about how you overcame, maybe that self-doubt that you had that like, hey, men are not supposed to be in this industry, but you obviously overcame it. You're being successful now.
Man, that idea of men shouldn't be in this industry, or that tinge of fear, man, that's a personal thing. That's
Right.
not true. Tom Ford killing it. Till this day, I
Right.
go watch his videos, his documentaries. I was digesting all that stuff way back then. Killing Hennessy, same thing. So that idea was just something because of the neighborhood and the areas I grew up in. I
Right.
didn't see men doing it. But once you step out that mindset, that limiting beliefs, I mean, the world is yours. So
Yeah.
once I was like, cool, and money also helped with that. I mean, I put my products online, posted it up, and all of a sudden, I'm getting in orders. I think I ran one ad in one day. We pulled $1,000 in one day. That was it for me.
Wow.
That
Wow.
was it. I remember being young, like, yep, cool, we got this. Oh,
Right.
I can't believe this. I work, all these hours just to do this, and I did this while working.
Mm.
So I think once I got out that belief, I really opened up the next door. And as far as quitting my job and jumping into my business full time, I worked my job for about a year to a year and a half while running my business.
Hmm.
I knew that if I jumped out too soon, my business wouldn't fail because I couldn't live and grow the business at the same time off that money. I realized that my job wasn't as hectic or stressful, so I can grow while being there full time. And so, plus, you gotta get health insurance, all this dumb shit. I
Mm-hmm.
had all that. So what I did was start preparing myself. I started saving up money. I started plotting and scheming. I started hiding money away, um, all that stuff. That way, when it was time,
Mm.
that I could leave. And I remember the day I knew it was time, I was driving to work. I looked at my bank account. I probably had like 70,000 in there.
Mm.
I was driving to work, and Steve Harvey came on, and on the radio show, and it's talking about you got to jump and build your
You got
parachute
to
on the way
jump.
down.
Yep. Yep. I
And
heard that.
I heard that. I made a note of it. I was talking to my mom about it, and I kept going to work. Got to work, and my boss tried me on some bullshit at work.
Mm.
And we it's some dumb shit, like shit I didn't even
Yeah.
have a part of, but I don't know how my name got into it. And I was like, cool. I pulled his card. I hit corporate on his ass, and he had to come apologize and some stupid shit. And the next week, and right then I was like, okay, I'm out this bitch. And the
Mm.
next week, they gave me a raise, and they gave me like a 3% raise. And they gave me a raise. I went in the office and put my 2 week notice in.
Mm. Wow.
I was like, this is my 2 weeks. I'm out. And that day, matter of fact, that day they gave me the raise. I had went and bought a Benz
Mm.
and drove it to work. And one of my other bosses was like, I know what you get paid, and we pay you good, but
It ain't that.
it ain't that good. And I was like, yeah. And let me rewind that, man. When I got interviewed for that
Yeah.
job, I had told them I'm retiring by 25, and they laughed. And I said,
Mm.
if I'm not retired by 25, I'm gonna shoot myself. You guys got permission to take me out. And so
Ooh.
all the time that would come up. Because keep in mind, got in that industry young. So I had to have been like 22, 23.
Mm.
And I'm talking like, yo, I'm done by 25. I don't know what y'all gonna do without me. It's gonna be boring in here. And so it was coming up on my 25th birthday, and they were cracking jokes. But the whole time they're seeing me come in with because I couldn't leave my products in the car. So over my lunch break, I would take the stuff to the post office. So they see me come
Mm.
in with like one or two envelopes, like, oh, you mailing stuff. Then it was one or two trash bags full of stuff. And there was a point
Mm.
where I would come in with like four trash bags, throw them in my office, and then on lunch break dip. So they're seeing it, but they're not quite realizing. They know I have something going on, but they're not quite realizing at what level. And
Mm-hmm.
so at that point where I was like, I'm out, one of my bosses pulled me to the side and was like, yep, I knew you was going to do it. He says,
Wow.
watching you. I've been seeing the growth. Don't let nobody, limit your belief, limit what you do. And from there, man, it was just me on my own at the house grinding.